Seniors, 4 best foods to fight cataracts while you sleep, naturally protect your eyesight. More than 25 million Americans, most of them over the age of 60, are living with cataracts. By the time you reach 75, the likelihood of having this condition is nearly 1 in 3, and by 80, that number climbs beyond 70%. This is not just a statistic, it is a warning about a silent threat that is quietly taking away your most precious gift, your vision and your independence. Cataracts do not simply cloud your eyes. They make you hesitant to drive at night, they turn small print into an exhausting challenge, and they make streetlights feel like blinding bursts of fireworks. Over time, you may even find yourself relying on others for tasks that once felt effortless. The good news is that research from Harvard and the National Institutes of Health has revealed that certain nutrient-rich foods, when eaten at the right time, can help protect and even restore your eyes while you sleep. In this video, I will share 4 simple natural foods you may already have in your kitchen that can help you fight cataracts and protect your vision naturally. Watch until the very end because the last thing I reveal could change the way you care for your eyes, starting tonight. Food 1, carrots and the power of vitamin A. When people think of carrots, most immediately picture bright eyes and recall the familiar saying that carrots are good for your vision. Yet few truly understand the science behind it, especially why eating carrots in the evening can have a stronger impact on the eyesight of older adults. Let me tell you the story of Harold, 73 years old, a former military mechanic. Harold had always been independent and confident behind the wheel, but in recent months he began avoiding driving at night. It feels like I'm driving through fog with the headlights from oncoming cars blurring into streaks across the glass, Harold explained. His windshield was spotless. The problem was, in his eyes, this condition was night blindness, one of the early warning signs of cataracts. As the lens becomes cloudy, the eyes gradually lose their ability to adjust to low light. A major cause is a lack of vitamin A, particularly a deficiency in a protein in the retina called rhodopsin. This compound helps the eyes adapt to darkness, and vitamin A is essential for its production. Carrots contain beta-carotene, a precursor that your body converts into vitamin A. But here is the critical point. The body's ability to convert beta-carotene into vitamin A declines with age. This means that even if you eat carrots now and then during the week, your body may still fail to produce enough vitamin A to support your eyes. So why eat carrots in the evening? Nutrition experts from Tufts University explain that when you provide these nutrients at dinner, your body can use them immediately during the eye's natural nighttime repair cycle. The retina, optic nerve, and macula all work actively at night to remove damaged cells, reduce inflammation, and rebuild structure. When Harold first came to me, his dinners often consisted of toast or a few crackers with cheese, entirely lacking the essential nutrients for his eyes. We agreed on a simple change: add half a cup of cooked carrots to his dinner each day. Some nights Harold steamed them, other times he roasted them with chicken, and sometimes he blended them into soup. 2 weeks later, Harold called with excitement. "I can see the numbers on my dashboard clearly again, even at dusk," he said. 1 month later, Harold was confidently driving to his daughter's house at night, something he had avoided for a long time. Beyond vitamin A, carrots also provide powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation around the eyes. Chronic inflammation is one factor that speeds up the clouding of the lens. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets rich in carotenoids significantly slowed the progression of cataracts in adults over 60. And remember, how you prepare carrots affects absorption. Light cooking or pairing them with a healthy fat source like olive oil allows the body to absorb beta-carotene far better than eating them completely raw. This is especially important for older adults whose digestion is not as efficient as before. If you think you are eating enough carrots just because you occasionally have some in a salad, it may be time to reconsider. Your eyes need consistency. Beta-carotene must be supplied regularly to maintain vitamin A levels for the retina, especially during sleep. So tonight, instead of reaching for a salty snack or something sweet, prepare a serving of cooked carrots, maybe a few steamed slices with yogurt dip or roasted carrots seasoned lightly. Every bite is not just food, it is a small brick in rebuilding the wall that protects your vision. How long has it been since carrots were part of your evening meal? Try it and notice the difference in a few weeks, just like Harold. Your eyes deserve to be cared for in the simplest and most natural way. Food 2, sweet potatoes and the power duo of lutein and zeaxanthin. It is fascinating how sometimes the most familiar foods can be the nourishing medicine we have long overlooked. Sweet potatoes are a perfect example. For older adults, they are not only a humble, easy-to-digest dish, but also a golden source of nutrition for the eyes. I remember Mrs. Landry, 68 years old, a passionate reader who used to drive to her weekly book club without a second thought. One day she told me, "Streetlights at night now look like hazy rings surrounding everything. I feel uncomfortable and disoriented." This was the halo effect, an early sign of cataracts and lens aging. Her diet was all too common among older adults: a cup of coffee with bread in the morning, a quick lunch, and often skipping dinner or replacing it with a few cookies. There was nothing in her meals that could supply the essential nutrients her eyes needed for nighttime repair. I suggested a small but powerful change: add roasted sweet potatoes to her dinner 3 times a week. Why are sweet potatoes so important? Like carrots, they are rich in beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A to maintain rhodopsin, the protein that supports vision in low light. But sweet potatoes go even further. They also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 plant pigments highly concentrated in the retina, especially in the macula. According to the journal Nutrients 2019, a diet rich in lutein and zeaxanthin is directly linked to a reduced risk of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. These 2 nutrients act like the eye's natural light filters, absorbing high-energy blue light and protecting cells from oxidative stress. This is particularly vital at night when the eyes work to repair the damage accumulated during the day. Sweet potatoes are also a natural source of vitamin C and vitamin E, 2 antioxidants that help regenerate collagen in the cornea and strengthen the blood vessels that nourish the retina. In addition, their complex carbohydrates and fiber help stabilize blood sugar levels overnight. Why does this matter? Because strong fluctuations in blood sugar can increase systemic inflammation, including inflammation in the eyes, a factor that can accelerate the progression of cataracts. After just 3 weeks, Mrs. Landry called me. "I am not yet confident enough to drive at night again, but now I can read an entire chapter in the evening without my magnifying glass," she said. For her, it felt like regaining a part of her life. You do not need to be elaborate in preparation. A soft roasted sweet potato drizzled with a little olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon is enough. If you prefer, you can steam and mash them as a side dish for dinner. The key is consistency. Eat them 2 to 3 times a week to maintain a steady supply of nutrients for your eyes. Harvard experts believe that a consistent diet, rich in carotenoids and antioxidants, can slow the aging of the lens by up to 25% in adults over 60. This does not replace regular eye exams, but it is a natural barrier you can build right in your kitchen. So ask yourself, what have you given your eyes in the evening? A nutrient-rich dish like sweet potatoes could be the first step toward brighter vision and a slower pace of age-related decline. Tonight, instead of skipping dinner or reaching for fast food, try a warm roasted sweet potato. Each time you do, you are investing in the clarity of tomorrow. Food 3, spinach and the protective shield for the retina. If the lens is the doorway through which light enters the eye, then the retina is the delicate film that records the images of life. Yet, the retina is remarkably fragile, only about 0.5 millimeter thick and constantly exposed to strong light UV rays, electronic screens, and free radicals. When it becomes damaged, you may notice that colors begin to fade, images lose their sharpness, and it becomes harder to adapt to low light conditions. This is a sign of declining retinal function, a factor that can accelerate the progression of cataracts. The good news is that the retina responds very well when given the right nutrients, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 compounds that concentrate directly in the macula, the part of the eye responsible for central vision. One of the richest natural sources of these compounds is spinach. I remember Clarice, 70 years old, a lover of classic films. She told me, "I no longer enjoy watching black and white movies. It's as if a mist has covered the screen and the contrast between light and dark is gone." When I reviewed her diet, I noticed that there were almost no dark green vegetables in her dinners. We decided to start with a simple change, adding lightly sautéed spinach to her evening meal 3 times a week. Spinach is not only rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, but also abundant in folate, magnesium, and chlorophyll, the green plant pigment with powerful anti-inflammatory properties. A 2020 study in clinical nutrition found that people who consumed more leafy greens, particularly spinach, had a 28% lower risk of age-related macular degeneration compared to those who ate less. This means that by maintaining the habit of eating spinach a few times each week, you can build a natural protective shield for your eyes. When eaten in the evening, the active compounds in spinach enter the bloodstream and reach the retina right when the eyes enter their nightly repair cycle. At this time, they help neutralize free radicals, filter out harmful blue light, and assist in repairing retinal cells. After 1 month, Clarice called me, her voice full of excitement. Black and white film scenes are clearer now. I can once again see depth and the contrast between light and dark. For her, this was not only about better vision, but about reclaiming a joy she thought was gone. You can easily add spinach to your dinner, lightly saute it with olive oil and garlic, stir it into soups, or cook it with eggs. Light cooking improves the body's ability to absorb lutein compared to eating spinach raw. For variety, you can pair spinach with sweet potatoes or carrots to create a dish that is both delicious and packed with eye-nourishing nutrients. The key is not to eat large amounts in a single meal, but to maintain steady, consistent intake. Just like building a wall, you need to place one brick each day rather than piling them all at once. Remember, protecting your retina not only helps you see clearly today, but also extends the lifespan of your vision, allowing you to keep reading, watching films, and enjoying life's everyday moments with clarity. So if your refrigerator does not yet have spinach, add it to your shopping list tonight. Every dinner with spinach is a step closer to keeping your eyes healthy for years to come. Food for eggs and the power to restore vision while you sleep. There is one food that nearly every household keeps in the refrigerator, yet few think of when it comes to eye health: eggs. For those over 60, eggs are more than just an easy-to-digest source of protein. They are packed with key compounds that help the eyes recover and slow the progression of cataracts while you sleep. Eggs, especially the yolks, are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that concentrate in the macula, the central part of the retina where they filter blue light and protect cells from oxidative stress. Eggs also provide zinc, a mineral that transports vitamin A from the liver to the retina to produce melanin, the pigment that shields the eyes from UV damage. I remember Robert, 76 years old, a retired music teacher. He had been diagnosed with rapidly progressing cataracts but was not yet ready for surgery. Reviewing his diet, I discovered that he had avoided eggs for years out of concern about cholesterol. I explained that according to research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, for most healthy individuals, dietary cholesterol does not significantly affect blood cholesterol levels. Reassured, Robert began adding 2 boiled eggs to his dinner 3 to 4 times a week. Eggs are especially suitable for dinner because they are easy to digest, do not cause heaviness, and provide healthy fats that help the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, all of which benefit vision. During sleep, the eyes enter a natural regeneration cycle, clearing damaged cells and rebuilding proteins in the lens and cornea. By eating eggs at dinner, you supply exactly the raw materials the eyes need for this process. After just 6 weeks, Robert returned and shared that his vision was no longer declining as quickly. More importantly, he could read sheet music without constantly blinking or adjusting the light. For him, this was a clear ray of hope. One of the strengths of eggs is their availability and affordability. You can boil, steam, or poach them, pairing them with leafy greens like spinach to enhance their eye-protecting benefits. To maximize lutein absorption, avoid cooking eggs at excessively high heat for too long, as this can destroy delicate nutrients. A single large egg contains about 0.3 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin, which may sound small, but the body absorbs them from eggs far more efficiently than from raw vegetables. This is why even a modest amount of eggs can make a meaningful difference when consumed regularly. If you are looking for a simple, affordable, nutrient-rich option that easily fits into dinner, eggs are the answer. Each evening meal with eggs not only nourishes your body, but also strengthens your eyes throughout the night. How long has it been since you had eggs for dinner? Perhaps it is time to let this familiar food become your secret weapon for keeping your vision clearer and stronger for years to come. Now, you know the 4 key foods: carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and eggs. But if you stop at simply knowing, your eyes will never receive the true benefits. Knowledge alone does not change your health. Action does. That is why you must turn this knowledge into an evening habit that is easy to follow and sustain. Step 1, choose the right food each night. You do not need to eat all 4 in one meal. Instead, pick one each evening and rotate them throughout the week. For example, Monday, steamed or roasted carrots served with chicken. Tuesday, roasted sweet potatoes with olive oil and cinnamon. Wednesday, lightly sautéed spinach with garlic and olive oil. Thursday, boiled eggs served with a light salad. Then repeat the cycle. The key is consistency, not consuming a massive amount at once. Step 2, eat during the golden window. Have these foods at dinner or at least 1 to 2 hours before bed. This is when your eyes prepare to enter their nightly repair cycle with increased blood flow to the retina and lens, ensuring nutrients are delivered exactly where they are needed. Step 3, pay attention to preparation. Carrots and sweet potatoes. Lightly cook them to make beta-carotene easier to absorb, pairing with a bit of healthy fat. Spinach saute or steam briefly to preserve lutein and zeaxanthin. Eggs boil or soft poach to protect the antioxidants in the yolk. Step 4, combine with an eye-protecting lifestyle. Food is only one part of a strategy. To maximize results, also schedule regular eye exams, reduce screen time before bed, use warm, gentle lighting in your home at night, stay well hydrated to support blood circulation to the eyes. When you pair a smart diet with a lifestyle that protects your vision, the results will work together, becoming stronger and lasting longer. One thing I want you to remember clearly is this. Cataracts are not always a one-way road. Yes, age is a major factor, but it is not the only one. Your diet, your daily habits, and the timing of how you nourish your body can make a real difference. Start with something small. A serving of carrots tonight, a sweet potato tomorrow, a little spinach or a couple of eggs at dinner this week. Each small action is a brick in the wall that protects your vision. Your eyes are not just for seeing. They are the windows that connect you to memories, to the faces you love, and to the moments you cherish. You deserve to see it all clearly, not only in your mind, but with your own eyes. And if you are wondering, is it too late for me to start? The answer is, it is never too late. Every day you care for your eyes is a day you give yourself the chance to preserve clarity and independence. If today's message has been helpful, please like this video and subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Share it with someone you care about. They might be searching for the same answers to protect their vision. And I truly want to hear from you. Among these 4 foods, which one will you start with first? Leave a comment because your story could inspire someone else. I wish you health, peace, and a vision filled with light every single day.